Hey guys, what's going on today? Well, today I thought I'd do a little short review here on this Daisy Powerline 408 pistol. I've had this guy for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, something like that. I've always really liked shooting it. It's a dual ammo gun. You can shoot BBs or pellets through it. Now, I've never shot any BBs through it. It does have a rifled barrel, so shoot BBs through them if you want, but I've heard that it tears up the barrel. So, at 10 yards, this gun groups really, really well. With like today, we were shooting the Destroyers 7.4 grains, and really, I've shot a lot of different pellets through it, 7.9s, and like the Sigger 7.7s. And no matter what you're shooting out of it, really, it groups pretty good. The problem is the gun has fixed sights, not adjustable. So when I'm shooting it, it would group awesome, but it would shoot about 3 inches high and about 2 inches to the right at 10 yards. So I kind of didn't, I would shoot it just for the groupings, but it really, it wasn't really going where I was aiming, and I just kind of didn't shoot it a lot. And then the other day I got this idea in my head to mount this reflex sight on here, and it's made all the difference in the world. Now, this video is not going to be about that. I think after I get done shooting this one, I'm going to make a short video about how to mount one of these on here. It's really, really simple. So, but anyways, we'll talk about the gun here. So, Daisy's claiming 485 feet per second, and my chronograph testing with the 7.4 grain Destroyer is pretty close to that. I got, what I get? An average of 450 feet per second, and I'll throw up a picture probably at the end of it, of the chronograph, of the numbers on the chronograph. So, and then I shot 3 groups, and I decided to go with the last group that I had. It was pretty much the same as the rest of them. It wasn't as big of a group as I had thought it was looking at it. It ended up being a 0.63, so between a ½ inch and 3/4 of an inch at 10 yards. I've shot better groups with it for sure. Usually at 10 yards, you can get about a ½ inch group with it, with this guy on here. One of the things that kind of hinders you about getting good groups out of it is the trigger on it. It's got there's a lot of travel there, but it's for a reason. This thing has these little 8-shot rotary magazines, which is nice. And they're magnetic. They got a little magnet in them. And you just put your pellets in there, snaps in, it stays right there. So having that in there, it's got to have a lot of creep to make the cylinder turn and do what it's supposed to do. So there's not really a lot you can do about that. It does come back, and it kind of gets to a point where it's not a real defined wall, but you can tell it's about to go. So at 10 yards, you can get some pretty good groups out of it. So I'll show you here. I don't have it loaded. I do have a CO2 on it, but I'll just fire a dry fire in it here so you guys can see what it's like here. Let's come back, and it gets pretty hard to pull, and then fire. So it's not horrible. I have some other air pistols that have way worse triggers than that. So it's not terrible. It takes a little getting used to. But overall, it's a really accurate pistol. In the last week since I put this penny on here, I've shot it quite a bit. Shot a lot of groups in the evenings and stuff. I'll go out and just kind of shoot a few groups with it. So it's been a lot of fun. So I recommend getting one. I think this guy came in a kit with safety glasses and some BBs, some CO2. And then it came with 3 magazines, or 3 cylinders, as you can see here. Like I said, they're magnetic. They stick together. So, came with 3 of those, which was nice. I don't remember. You know what? I think there was a tin of pointed pellets, Daisy pointeds, in with it. So, it's kind of a nice little kit. I bought it off a guy off Craigslist, still new in the package. I don't even remember what I paid for it. Like, I think $30, $25, $30 for the whole thing. So I'm not sure what they retail for. what else about this little gun? Okay, and something else I want to talk about, guys, that's unique to this gun that I don't have any other air pistols like this, is how you load the CO2 into this gun. It doesn't have, as you can see here on the bottom, there's nothing to screw in there or anything like that. It has kind of like a cantilever system. It goes up here, you put in the CO2, and when you rock this forward, it pushes the CO2 up and punctures it and seals it into place. They do make, I was looking online, and Daisy makes a model, I think it's a 008, which I never had one in my hands, but it looks to me like it's exactly the same gun. It just has a different case here on the outside. So I'm going to show you how you get into that. There's a tab right here. You can pop that tab off. There's our CO2. Now, I still have CO2 in this. That's another thing about this gun. You get a surprising amount of shots out of one CO2. I'm talking, you probably get, I would say, 6 to 8 magazines or cylinders before the CO2 is down pretty low. And at 10 yards, you know, you can still get pretty good groups. You can definitely tell when it's getting weak because the pellets will just kind of bounce off of the off of your target. But that being said, that we'll get to the, like I said, that our average feet per second was 450, which with the 7.4 grain is 3.32 foot-pounds of energy. So that's what you can expect out of it. So if you get, if you put something like this penny on here and you're going to use this for like close range, like 10 yards, like maybe shooting rats in a barn or some small critters like that, I think this thing would do well. 3.32 foot-pounds is enough to put a pellet through a rat's head or a mouse or something pretty small. I think it would make a good gun for that. So anyways, like I said, I recommend it. I like it. We'll go ahead and put up the video of the groupings and the chronograph. All right, guys, so you can see there, it groups pretty darn good. And like I said, it always seems to be a thing with me, and I'm sure you're oh, yeah, right. But I can sit out there and shoot tighter groups, but when I'm trying to record, I seem to always have an issue getting better groups. And it's really windy today, but I mean, you're shooting at 10 yards, the wind, I guess, will affect it some. But anyway, so it groups pretty good. The feet per second is pretty close to what Daisy's claiming. And just overall, it's a great pistol. It feels good in the hand. It fills my hand. I got pretty big hands, and it fills my hand pretty good. It's pretty. I like the kind of the uniqueness of it with how the CO2 goes in. These Daisies, I have a Daisy 5501. And both of these guns are made in Japan. They're Japanese-built guns. So the 5501 is just a BB gun. I'll do a review on it at some point too. So anyway, overall, guys, Daisy 408 or 4408. It depends on where you're looking at them. But this is a really nice little CO2 pistol to have. It's accurate. It's fun. I recommend going out and getting one. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.